Well, hello, welcome or welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. I've got a nice pile here. We've got Etsy, we've got Mercari, and we've got eBay. It's been about a week since I last recorded, and at this point, the video I recorded last week just went up like yesterday, so, on top of things. First one going out, Etsy. We've got 3 different grime guards. It's crazy, like, grime guards have not really sold a whole lot for like several months, and suddenly, like, I've been doing several of them and they buy like 3 at a time, so not complaining. Yep. So anyways, just all the things going on, of course, which means absolutely nothing. What can I say? I'm a boring person. I had my 2 days off, which means I'm up all night in the middle of the night when nobody else is, so there's not even anything to do then. But I did manage to get some stuff done. Still haven't listed, though. And the first Mercari order is pattern. I think this is very capsule wardrobe. Pants, shirt, vest, skirt, all the things. All there really is to say about that. But work has been exhausting, as usual. And this week had some major craziness. Like, they give us certain areas to stock for the night. It would be so nice if we had the same area all the time, but they move us around, and then they're like, why can't you get all the stocking done? Like, why are you guys so slow? And it's like, well, because we're constantly moved around. If you want people to be fast, you have to keep them in the same area, Like, that's what allows them to get used to the area and to take pride in the area and, to keep it all stocked real nice and to keep it, what's called zoning, everything faced forward and all that, pulled forward and, looking like it's all full and stuff. People to do that. And when they're moved around and stuff, they're just like, if they're behind on things or whatever, they're just like, person tomorrow night will get it. When they know that the person tomorrow night is them, they're gonna work harder and faster and better on things. But this is a concept that is like completely foreign to them. I don't know. Next Mercari order. This is just a bunch of like notions. It's mostly like binding and like the stretch lace, the seam binding, just some of the other things, I don't know. Just a bunch of things. So, yeah. But one of the days that I was in there, I was doing HBA. HBA is like toothpaste and stuff like that, right? And, it's generally not, too awful bad. It's, an area I generally like working a lot more than, the food. The food sucks to work on, to be honest with you. But they were like, okay, do the HBA, and then try to get over to infants. Or we want you to get over to infants, Which I like infants, too. I did infants a lot. And HBA comes, and we're looking, and we're just not finding a whole lot of HBA, and we're kind of like, well, maybe this is why they're wanting me to go over to infants, because I work in an area with multiple people, because the same area does, like, cosmetics and pharmacy and HBA, and another section that's got, like, the shampoo in it. I forget what they called that section, because they just changed it. It used to just be all of you go work the front wall, and then they started giving you specific things to work on, so don't ask me. They changed it. I just go with the flow. But we figured, oh, well, that's why they want me to go to infants, because there isn't much HBA. well, suddenly, pallet comes out. And, we kind of expected a pallet to come out with all this stuff, as well as we have bins. Usually I have several bins and a pallet, filled up with stuff. And so, it came out, and, we're expecting it, so, we keep going. Next one up, this is the first eBay order. It's a cute little, like, smock yoke top, kind of boho, stuff like that. Cute and comfy for sure. Anyways, so pallet comes out, and then, like, suddenly another one comes out, and it's just like, okay. So, like, working with the others, and they're like, okay, well, because HBA includes a bunch of different little sections, like, all over the front wall. So they're like, okay, well, these 2 aisles, just put this stuff there, and we'll work on those. Because you need to get over to infants, and, in general, we try to help each other out when we can and stuff, And I was like, okay. Well, then another pallet comes out, and another. I end up with, like, 4 pallets and, like, a dozen of the boxes, the bins, with all this stuff in it. And I'm just sitting here going, like, I have twice as much as everybody else. Well, maybe pharmacy had pretty close to the same amount. Not quite the same amount, but pretty close. Pharmacy, you get a lot of stuff in with pharmacy. But, the person working, like, the shampoo and stuff, she ends up helping me. She does, like, 2 of the pallets. Because I'm still apparently super slow. But I'm just sitting here thinking, if they expect me to be able to do all of that and, like, 3 pallets in infants, I'm like, I'm never going to be working as fast as they think I should be. This going out to Linda. Next one is a cute skirt. It's got the, is it gourd? Oh, this one's not going to say this is a new look pattern. I can't remember at the moment. I'm going to bed in like a couple hours, okay? So anyways, yeah. I'm just like, oh. I know they sent the woman who was doing apparel. They had her stop apparel and go do infants, which I've done apparel before. They've done the same thing before. They pull you away from apparel, and the next night, who's ever doing apparel just has a little bit more apparel. There are times apparel has like 5 boxes, and like it takes like an hour to get apparel out. It's just not that much. So apparel, if they need help from somewhere, it's not uncommon for apparel to be pulled to go help. And so they had to pull her to go do that, and she even ended up over on the front wall with us, helping with just pharmacy and HBA and just some of the other stuff. So this is going out to Dawn. And here we have a repeat customer. The last one might have been a repeat customer. I was not paying attention. I really don't remember. I don't remember sticking a thing on it. I'll have to look back when I'm editing and see. If I forgot, sorry about that. Anywho, yeah. So, physical job can be exhausting, of course. It's just the way it is. But it's just, and I don't think I was talking about this last week, but, I might have mentioned that day shift, I'm pretty sure I did mention, day shift was getting, like, hours cut down, and we're expecting our hours to get cut down. We were told no more overtime for sure, so we've just got to get out before get any overtime. So, like, there was one day I think I got out like 17 minutes late, so I've been kind of, clocking in a few minutes late and taking an extra 5 minutes at lunch just to kind of drop that down. So if I am in overtime, it's just a couple of minutes. This going out to Teresa. And here we have, this is cute. Very kind of boho folksy, but it's also cottagecore-ish and just all the things. But super cute. I love this with the lightweight fabric. Oh, just love. So, anyways, I don't know. I was watching. Oh, there's two of those. They don't need two of those, do they? But I was doing apparel a few nights ago, and I watched like 5-6 people go into one of the aisles where like the shoes and underwear and stuff was, and they just hid in there and talked for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, do you guys think that maybe this is the reason you've been getting your hours cut? They told them it was because night shift has all the hours, or overnight shift, you know, has all the hours, and we are using a lot of the hours, but I don't think us using all the hours is the actual reason why they shortened their hours. I think they're trying to clean house, knowing full well that, you know, hours do need to be cut. We know that sales are going to be going down. We know sales are already down. This week, there's the boycott, so Walmart will probably see some lower sales across the country. Just all the things. So, we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? No name. Or last name. And here we have cute boys' clothes. It's simple, great for summer. Summer is coming. So, yeah. That's really just what's going on. They're just cleaning house. And what people don't understand is that they're going to clean house in areas where they see people not working as hard and stuff like that. Like, I wish I could say, oh, night crew takes it easy. And no, I'm always in the job that there is just no downtime. I don't know why I end up that way, but I always do. I always end up in that job, you know. When I worked as a custodian, we would, of course, be working hard all year long. I worked at a university. And then the summertime, it'd be slow for people that worked in like housing and administration and all these things. It'd be kind of slow and easy going for them. We were doing deep cleaning. So we were working our butts off during the summer. And then if we took an extra 5-minute break during the school year, like, we'd get yelled at by, you know, the professors with doctorate degrees that play, you know, solitaire or Tetris or something like that on their computer for an hour. It's like, really? That's the world we live in, people. That's the world we live in. This going out to Stephanie. And here we have, this is a cute shorts pattern. Got some shorter ones and some little longer ones, and got your front fly zip and stuff with pockets. Great, classic, just all around basic to have. So, yeah. And night shift is just one of those shifts that's hard to cut the hours on, because stuff has to get put up. Stuff has to get put away. They don't exactly have a huge warehouse out back. And it's constantly, like, chucked full because they send us extra crap all the time. And they're sending a lot right now. Oh my gosh, when I did apparel the other night, I got so many, like, toddler clothes. of just like 50 extra, like one size of something. And I'm like, they are cleaning out their warehouses. It's just like, dudes, I know you need the space in the warehouses, but we don't exactly have warehouses where we work, you know? We're supposed to have as much stuff out on the floor as possible. And we don't want things overstocked and stuff like that, because there's just no space to put it. But they're sending us all the extra crap, so that's the thing. With them sending us so much extra, we have to have the manpower to go through all this stuff and get it put up, you know? This is going to Santa. And here we have this cute little dress. You can have it with the mock turtle or just a regular open one. I believe it's for knits. I want to say it is for stretch knits only. So, comfy, comfy, comfy. Anyhow, that's enough about work that you probably do not care about whatsoever. So, we'll talk about TV again. I am super excited. I was able to start watching Charmed. I wanted to watch it, I don't know, probably a couple months ago or something. And when I tried to find it, it said it was on the Roku, but it was saying that it was, like, had to be rented or whatever. And then I looked at Hulu, because I've got Hulu, and it said it was on Hulu, but it was like a special one, so you had to pay for a higher subscription or whatever. That subscription was like 85 bucks a month. I'm like, are you kidding me? There ain't no way I'm paying for that. Let's see here. This is going out to Lisa. And here we have a couple cute dress patterns. Got a lot of the similar style. Your Empire waist. Yeah. Got some just options for the tops. And sleeveless, strapless. Just all around good basic patterns to keep on hand for sure. Anyways, so yeah. I was just like, okay, well, I'm not coming across Charmed anytime soon to watch, I guess. And then the other day, I'm like turning on my Roku, and up at the very top it shows stuff that's on the Roku channel. And one of them was Charmed. And I was like, wait, I thought those were like the free ones that we could watch. So I click on it. Yeah, just starts playing. You know, season 1, episode 1. I'm just like, seriously? So I've been watching Charmed. Still watch a little bit of, oh, what would you call it? YouTube. That's what it is. It's called YouTube. Like I said, going to bed in a few hours. But, yeah, so watch a little bit of YouTube. Not much. I think I've watched a little bit of stuff on the Lori Vallow trial that's going on. She's representing herself, so of course it's always a little bit more interesting to watch. Some stuff that's going on in the K-pop industry with New Jeans. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before. Just fascinated by what will happen since they're trying to just like stop their contract without any consequences. And it's like, well, no, that's not how contracts work. So it's going through court, and it's interesting me to see what happens with that. This going out to Katrina. And here we have another repeat customer. It is an old 70s stylish. Feel like it's like shirt, skirt, pants, vest. Yep. Shorts. Can do shorts. Any pants pattern you can pretty much turn into shorts. You just cut off the legs. It's not that difficult. But, yeah. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Charmed. So, yeah. Charmed. Watching that. Watching YouTube. Not as much the past couple of days because I was watching Charmed. I still like to watch a little bit of BTS stuff before I go to sleep. I've got a couple things that I'll watch when I go into bed to, like, lay down and rest and relax before going to sleep. So, yeah, tariffs, watching stuff on tariffs to see what's going on with that. Seriously, 104% on China. If something doesn't change soon, we're going to be living in a very interesting world. And it's not going to be super easy on us, I don't think. This going out to Pamela. And here we have, this is one of the signs that I've done before, that I've talked about before. Just bought a bunch of them for, you know, like $3 a piece or something like that. And sell them for like 10, 12 bucks, something like that. Just make a couple bucks off of them. As you can see, I've already got this, like, set up to go. I didn't want to sit here for, you know, an hour trying to figure out how to get this, because you got to put it in some sort of, like, cardboard, you know? And then I still put it in a green thing, Polymiller, bubble Polymiller. Gotta still do that. So, yeah. Just watching a little bit of that. I feel like there was something else. Oh, I started watching Jocelyn again from Crazy Lamp Lady. Last one, I was like, I'm not really watching any reselling content, and I haven't been, but just Jocelyn was doing her like knickknacks chat thing that she does, like Tuesday mornings or something like that, and it popped on, and I was like, oh, I'll watch that. And I was just like, oh man, I really do kind of miss watching her videos, because she's got enjoyable videos to watch. She's fun to watch. So, kind of put that back in my rotation things to watch. This is going out to Diane. And here we have the last one, people. Last one. It is Hook and Eyes, like bigger, heavier duty ones. Coat Hook and Eyes. Don't ask me. But again, bought a lot with a bunch of little notions. Bought a separate lot with a bunch of little buttons. And they just sell here and there, you know. Which is cool. It works just fine. Make a couple bucks off of them. Got them listed. Don't have to think about it. Here's my tape. I need tape. So, yeah. Anywho, that's really all I've been doing, working. And like I said, be going to bed here shortly. And when I wake up, I will get to go into work again. Yeah. That was one of the old things I was complaining about with work. Like, I wish we always just had the same section we went to work on. Like, you just... things go so much better that way. Whether people, you know, want to believe that or not, I don't know. Maybe for some people it's not. They get bored. But from what I know, from what I've experienced, and from what I remember learning in, like, business classes that I took, yeah, it really does work better in situations like this where people work the same thing over and over rather than being swapped around to things, because It's just like psychologically, they work better. So, wish we would do that, but, and we've got one girl that actually does do that, and she's like literal proof as to how much better she works because she always has the same section over and over. Like, come on. Anywho, that'll be it for this one. Please be sure and do all the things, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you feel like it, go ahead and hit the thumbs down. It's just not going to bother me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.